Hi, this is Hayley, the reflexologist at St Michael's Hospice here in Hereford. I wanted to show you a video that you may be able to use during lockdown between yourselves as family members, carers, helping out each other, hoping to feel nice and calm and relaxed. It's a technique that I use in the hospice quite regularly on patients, carers and family members, and also on the staff too. So for this, we just say that if you've got any problems with the feet, especially around the toe area or any infectious skin conditions, it's probably not a good idea to use this technique. If you've got any blood clots and any pain, especially in the foot, it might be something to avoid. But other than that, you're all ready to go. So you can do this with a patient or your family member or whoever you're giving reflexology to, with them lying on a bed, and you can get yourself comfortable and we can just work on the feet that way. Or you can do that in a seated position if you're comfortable to give a treatment kneeling down on the floor or seated on the floor. So just to show you what the toes can offer, all the toes on our feet can offer us some great sense of calm, great sense of relaxation, and sometimes people feel a bit more energized after they've had their toes massaged in reflexology. So in reflexology, the toes link in mainly to the head and the sinuses. So if you want to use oil, you can. It's not necessary if you don't want to. If you have any creams that you apply onto the feet, if you have really dry, rough skin, then use those creams. That's absolutely fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to just start by just gently holding on to the big toe. Now we're going to do this on both toes, and I'm trying not to obstruct the camera too much. It's quite difficult to get the angle right. And we're just gently going to hold and then release. So to massage the toes, we're just going to take our finger and thumb, and then we're just going to gently squeeze and release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and then let go at the top. And again, we're going to move on to the next toe. So the bottom of the toe, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, let go. Move on to the next toe, start from the base, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, let go. Move on to the next toe, gentle squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and let go. And then we're going to move on to the big toe, which is much bigger. So you might want 2 fingers on the top or 3 fingers. But again, we're going to do that squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and let go. Now we're going to repeat this also onto the next foot. So you can jump over to the big toe and start from that. Doesn't matter which way you go. So start from the bottom, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, let go. Moving down to the next toe, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, let go. And the next toe, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and let go. And the next toe, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, let go. And the final toe, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, and let go. This will bring the blood flowing over to the toes. It's a nice feeling, and hopefully by now whoever you're giving a treatment to might be saying, oh, actually that feels quite nice. So then what we're going to do, we're just going to gently bring our finger or our thumb just underneath the toes, this area here. So you might want to just hold them up, and we're gently just going to move our thumb, pressing and releasing as we go. So press, release, all the way along this little line here. So start from the big toe, press, release, all the way across, really gently. Press, release, all the way to the end. Lovely. And then we'll do it on the other foot. So you might want to swap hands, or you might hold on to the hands, whatever's easiest. So we're holding up the toe so we can get there, and this is the line that we're after. So we're just going to squeeze, press, release, press, release. Now the pressure we're using doesn't need to be really heavy. This is a relaxing treatment. Just press, just a tiny little bit so it feels comfortable. Then come back to underneath the big toe, press, release, and just keep that going all the way underneath. Lovely. Now this might be a little bit of a tickly one, but you can just squeeze in between each toe. Just gentle squeeze and release again. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Again, do it on the other side as well. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. What we can do just to finish that off, a small little routine, can just rub over the tops of both feet, allowing the body just to rest. And then we can hold under the feet as well. This is actually quite grounding. It's quite a nice thing to do. And let go. So a nice short routine should only take a few minutes. When you're using your pressure, please don't apply pressure that's painful. Just very small squeeze and releases. Just imagine you're holding something really delicate in between, like a delicate flower. You don't want to squeeze it too much, otherwise it's all going to squish and you're going to lose it. So just really gentle, just so you can feel it, and that will be enough. So this will help clear any sinus, any head fog, and it will just help you feel a bit more relaxed. Take care everybody, stay safe, bye.